decontamination immediately. Victor 5, prepare the extraction bay.
Doctor, specimens are too advanced in their mutation.
Victor 5, stop your nonsense and prepare the bay. Do it now.
Sorry, yes, extraction bay. Do it now.
Well, first we should find out who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Zach Wood. I'm the producer at Midway for Area 51.
Cool. And what is Area 51?
Area 51 is a first-person shooter that takes place in the secret government base down in Nevada, in Groom Lake. They call it Dreamland.
So, okay, you just introduced that like it's a real place, though.
Well, it is a real place. I mean, there is actually, absolutely. There's a military base at the bottom of what is called Groom Lake in Nevada. And, yeah, there's a lot of rumors about what happens there, and we're kind of playing around with our ideas of what's actually happening there. So. Cool.
Did you actually get to go there?
I didn't, but I really want to. But you can't get that close to it.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's security like all the way around, and if you get within a certain range, you know, you're watched and you'll be told to leave. So, but it would be fun to actually go down there and just check it out.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
How did you guys come up with then, like the content in the game in terms of like what you put into Area 51? Is that like more researching through stuff you've read, or?
Yeah, well, there's just tons of material out there for Area 51. There's DVDs and books and all kinds of stuff online. So, we just pulled out the coolest stuff, the stuff we wanted to integrate in there, as well as just some of our own ideas of what sort of conspiracy theories might have taken place there, and just playing with some of those ideas. So, a lot of research and just pop culture in general too. It's kind of difficult to tell a story in a first-person shooter. That was definitely a challenge for us. I think in first-person shooters that effectively tell a story, it's more about a series of reveals. You reveal who the nemesis is in the game, or you reveal this character, you reveal that character, you reveal this situation, and that's what we're doing. But we're also using the NPCs and your buddies that you start the game with to kind of tell the story.
Right.
So because it's in first person, we sort of let the story kind of unfold in front of you, and we use some in-game cinematics as well to kind of portray what's going on in the game. And but mostly it's characters to really kind of let you in on what's really going on at Area 51.
Right.
So.
We should talk a little bit about the cinematics, because the stuff that I just looked at is phenomenal, especially on PS2. Like, this is your own engine, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We built it from the ground up. In fact, we've been working on this game for about 2.5 years now. About an entire year of that was just building the technology. All the physics, all the rendering system, everything is ours. So. And I think it turned out great. We're doing a lot of very cool things on the graphics side, so it pays off.
So talk a little bit about obviously the aliens that you come across in the game, and sort of just, getting into the weapons a little bit, because you come across a lot of alien technology.
Yeah, well, the first alien you meet is basically a mutant with this virus that's kind of killing everyone and turning them into aliens.
Say that again. The first alien you meet is a mutant.
Is a mutant. Yeah.
Versus the non-mutant aliens?
Yeah, because there are non-mutant aliens.
Oh,
yeah.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There are the Greys, right? You've seen the Greys.
Oh, yes.
In the media,
I
like
watched
pictures.
The X-Files, yeah.
Yeah. So alien autopsies, ever seen those pictures? We've got those in the game, and there are actually alien autopsies in our game.
Not many people can say that.
That's very true. Yeah. No, we're unique like that. The other thing is there's like this large sort of what we're calling the Theta alien, which is this virus spreader, which is this weapon that basically the government and the Greys sort of conspired with to use as a weapon. That's another alien that you meet later on in the game as well. So there's a good variety of enemies, and they each have different behaviors and unique abilities. We've got a really complex AI system. So yeah, a lot
and
of
the
cool
whole
stuff.
goal is actually to meet Marilyn Manson.
That's the entire goal of the game, is to meet Marilyn Manson. Yes. No. Marilyn Manson plays a gray, what used to be a gray alien. He was an experiment, and actually, the virus sort of came from him. So he's been part of these experiments, and now he's in like a large 20-foot glass tube, and he's all grotesque and deformed. And that's Marilyn Manson's voice provides that character. And before you actually meet him face to face, he'll talk to you through dead corpses in the world. So he'll just telepathically pick up a dead body and talk to you. Very cool.
That would be a handy trait to have.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
So, and you have more like voice talent, you're all Hollywood.
Right, we're just all Hollywood.
You're all Hollywood.
No, and
it's weird. You have David Duchovny though.
David
it's
Duchovny.
really strange to see him doing something sci-fi that's not X-Files.
Yeah. I think for us, a lot of publishers tend to use celebrities just as like a marketing tool or a PR tool, and for us, it's like we went after these guys because they were our first choices to really bring these characters to life. And we're really fortunate because David Duchovny really brings a lot to the main player character, who's really he's a scientist. He's very, introspective. He doesn't want to believe what he's seeing, and he thinks about it a lot. And, we're getting a lot of that through David's voice, and it's great. And Marilyn Manson, of course, is just incredible as Edgar, and something very unique for the game.
Yeah, well, obviously I don't want to make everybody think this is just like a single-player game, because obviously the online part of it is a huge element.
Yeah, no, we're spending a lot of time on multiplayer. We're going to have online for both PS2 and Xbox with at least 16 players online at one time. We'll have game modes like, capture the flag and deathmatch, team deathmatch. But we're also bringing in the mutation abilities that you get in single player into multiplayer as well. So that's like the Uber weapon, the cool weapon.
Yeah, explain that. We haven't really talked about. I was
mutation.
Just playing it. And you don't even want to play with like the regular.
It's awesome.
Rifles and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You just want to go full.
Definitely. Well, later in the game, you actually get infected with the same virus that's killing everyone. But Dr. Cray, who actually helped create the virus, finds you and allows you to use the virus as a weapon and kind of control it. So you can, you can bounce between human and alien and use some of the alien abilities, and you get like a melee attack that's really hardcore. And you get these parasites that you can shoot out of your hands. It's really cool. You shoot these out of your hands, and they seek flesh, and they siphon energy back to you. So if you're low on health, it's good to use
Wash
that.
the hands.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I may have that ability. Yeah. But and there's a balance, because every time you use a power like the parasites, it takes. You have a meter that shows your mutation power. So it uses a lot of that, and it degenerates over time as well. But you can get more mutation power by melee attacking, so you want to kind of balance melee versus projectile attacks, and so it's an interesting aspect of our game, for
Which
sure.
brings me to the question you say that everybody always asks you, and it's an appropriate question.
Yeah.
Why is it different? Like, what is going to make people play Area 51, especially when there's games like Half-Life and Unreal and Doom that are sort of all in the same genre?
It's a completely different environment. It's a different game world. It's just something that's completely different and unique. I mean, we start off as kind of a military game, and then it evolves all the way until you get to like this alien, totally crazy looking alien environment. And it's a grand progression. So, it's never the same game like over the course of the whole experience. You start off with some team combat, you lose your close friends, there's a sense of loss, you end up on your own, you get mutated, you have these alien abilities. It's just a very different experience, and we think that anybody that's a fan of an FPS really needs to check us out.